the value of paper currency going down, there's that faint echo in silver, if you like, that the more that this paper currency is going down, some moneyness is returning. The ghost of money is going back into silver. And, the relationship is a catch-up one. So what we typically see is gold goes up 1%, silver goes up just under 2%. But when the fears, if you like, surrounding paper currencies diminish and the price of gold drifts, then under those circumstances, silver drifts even faster.
Silver prices have surged significantly this year, sparking speculation about whether they will reach their peak in the next 6 months. One key factor to watch is the supply and demand dynamics, as silver demand continues to outpace supply. Historically, silver demand was evenly split between industrial use and investment. However, recent trends show industrial demand surging, now making up 64% of global silver demand, a substantial 19% increase from the previous year. Silver's role in the green economy is one of the main reasons for this increased demand, as highlighted by legendary investor Alasdair Macleod in his recent interview with Commodity Culture. Silver is a crucial component in producing solar panels and other green technologies. As the world intensifies its efforts to combat climate change, the demand for silver in these applications is expected to grow even further. This boom has pushed silver prices to $31.3 per ounce, significantly boosting the share prices of silver mining companies. The Silver Institute projects a deficit of 215.3 million ounces in 2024, with industrial applications expected to drive 58.3% of the world's total demand of 1.2 billion ounces. This persistent supply deficit has lasted nearly 4 years and is being met by drawing down above-ground stocks, often held by investors or as strategic reserves. China, in particular, has been strategically accumulating silver, effectively controlling its price to build up reserves in response to increasing industrial demand. Interestingly, while silver is no longer primarily priced as a monetary metal, its historical significance still influences market behavior. If silver were priced as it was in the past, we would see a gold-to-silver ratio closer to 15:1 rather than the current 76:1. Alasdair asserts that this historical ratio indicates that when gold's value rises, often due to economic uncertainties, and the declining value of paper currency, silver also tends to appreciate, usually with greater volatility. We will present clips from Alasdair Macleod's interview. But before we do, if you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more updates. Thank you and enjoy the video.
Well, anyone who says that silver is demonetized, basically is rubbing up against common law. Common law based on Roman law, money, if you like, without counterparty risk was gold, silver, and copper. I mean, it's as simple as that. Now, obviously, we think in terms of gold. Silver is not priced as a monetary metal because if it was, then we would be looking at the sort of relationship to gold that pertained in the 1870s or up until the 1870s when there was about 15 to 1 ratio, something like that. Obviously, we're now looking at 76 to 1 ratio. It is not being priced as a monetary metal. It's as simple as that. There is no doubt, however, you just look at the Silver Institute's estimates of supply and demand. There's been a deficit in terms of the sum of mine and scrap supply compared with demand. And that's a deficit which has been around now for nearly 4 years and is only satisfied by drawing down on silver stocks, above ground stocks, which predominantly are either held in investment hands or alternatively are held as strategic stocks. Now, strategic stocks were extremely common back in the old days. We're going back to the days when Bretton Woods was around. But it's not so common now, with one notable exception, and that's China. China has accumulated quite a lot of silver. I haven't been tracking that too much, But I do know that they have, in effect, been controlling the price with a view to accumulating stocks of silver. And the way in which industrial demand for silver has gone, explains that it was a perfectly rational thing for the Chinese to do. I saw someone the other day suggesting that a large seller might dump silver on the market to screw the price. I think that's extremely unlikely. It's too precious a commodity, an industrial commodity, for anyone to consider doing that, because they know they would just lose control over their silver. Why do it? So that's not going to happen. Point is that when you look at silver, when the price of gold goes up, which, as I say, is actually the value of paper currency going down, there's that faint echo in silver, if you like, that the more that this paper currency is going down, some moneyness is returning. The ghost of money is going back into silver. And, the relationship is a catch-up one. So what we typically see is gold goes up 1%, silver goes up just under 2%. The fears, if you like, surrounding paper currencies diminish and the price of gold drifts. Then under those circumstances, silver drifts even faster. And that's why it has been actually such a disaster for so many for so long. But of course now, with all these disasters, which I enumerated at the beginning of this interview, you can see that anyone with any sense can see that, the end of the fiat era is hoving into view. And under those circumstances, you've got to think about silver as a monetary asset, as real money, if you like, in the original legal sense.
Under Russia's presidency, the BRICS alliance is gaining momentum with an ambitious agenda marked by over 200 meetings scheduled this year alone. This surge underscores its escalating influence in shaping global economic strategies and policies. A pivotal focus within BRICS is the drive towards de-dollarization, notably championed by India and Russia through collaborative efforts. Their initiative to integrate payment systems, India's RuPay and Russia's Mir, aims to facilitate cross-border transactions independent of the US dollar. Recent developments within the alliance have underscored its commitment to this goal. Iran, one of the newest members of BRICS, has proposed interconnecting the central banks of member nations, fostering closer financial cooperation and facilitating cross-border transactions in local currencies. Meanwhile, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, is also advancing with notable achievements. Despite South Korea's current status outside its membership, recent agreements within SCO indicate a trajectory toward deeper regional cooperation. The move towards a mutual defense framework among member states is of particular significance, a development Alasdair Macleod sees as potentially reshaping security dynamics across Asia.
And the amazing thing is that we in the West are completely ignorant about what's going on. Russia is president of BRICS. There's something like 200 meetings were scheduled this year to, if you like, inform, educate, discuss, with BRICS members, the future and so on. And this includes the introduction of a trade settlement currency, which Russia wanted to introduce into the Johannesburg agenda, but failed to get approval, because if it's got to go on the agenda, it's got to get unanimous approval. India objective, China felt it was too early. But Russia's going to push for this, I believe. And I think I have seen a paper written by two, I think they were Chinese economists, about how such a currency would be constructed. They've called it the unit. They're talking about this new currency being backed 40% by gold and so on. But so how it will actually pan out, we will see. I think that paper was merely a sort of form of introduction. It sort of get the debate going, and as a result of the debate, something will be put on the agenda in October, which is the next major BRICS summit. There are two things going on here. There's obviously BRICS, and the other thing is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now, you're talking about Korea. That is not a member of the SCO, but there's no doubt about it that anything that happens in the SCO will also involve North Korea. On top of that, Putin also visited Vietnam. The point about SCO is that they have now agreed to work towards a defense agreement whereby all members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization agree, if you like, to to be military allies. I'm not going to put it more strongly than that, because this is something which is in formation. I think the point about it is that the intelligence services in the West will be alerted very clearly to what's going on. And this is desperately important when NATO is trying to expand itself into Ukraine. I mean, okay, it's sort of in semi-denial, but there's no doubt about it that, Ukraine's gone wrong for NATO. And there's a problem that the whole thing could well get escalated. So it makes sense for Putin to say, well, if things are going to escalate and you're going to lose patience over Ukraine, then bear in mind it's not just Russia you'll be fighting. There's the whole of Asia. And I think that was the message that he was trying to get over. And that was why he went to Korea, North Korea, and also Vietnam, and also the meeting with the SCO, which was only last week, where this agenda was agreed.
Silver has experienced some early hour declines on Wednesday amidst volatile trading conditions. The market remains unpredictable, influenced significantly by movements in the US dollar and interest rates. Although there has been initial risk-off sentiment, this is expected to shift as the day progresses, driven by strong buying interest from American investors. With that being the case, silver is poised to remain a pivotal asset, sought after as a hedge against inflation and a safe haven. Despite any potential downturns, traders will likely view silver's current uptrend as robust. Breaking above the $32.50 threshold could propel the market significantly higher in the foreseeable future. Share your thoughts on Alasdair's prediction in the comment section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Until next time.